time, so it's fine. I'll only include it during the month, singular. Anyway, good morning. Okay. Sorry, I'm kind of sleepy. Toaster woke me up every hour and a half to go potty. Every single hour and a half. All
That
night.
stinks.
It stinks. It was not fun. I was so sleepy. Aw. Okay. Um, Any hoozles. Okay. So here we go. Like I was talking about yesterday, you have recordings due the Monday after the break. So this week is the last week for us to kind of like get all of our stuff together in this class for Nico Kelebawo, right? And then we're gonna keep going on Hallelujah, obviously. So, oh no, that sucks, cat. Sorry, dog. Um, So, any hoozles. Basically, if you haven't already started looking at it, under CTLS in on your resources, there are performance tracks for Nico Kalibawo that highlight your specific voice part. You are, once again, to record a video of yourself singing your part. We should not be able to hear the track that you're singing along with. Make sure you're actually singing along with said track, because if you just like kind of pick your own tempo and go for it, it's obviously not going to match whole point of it is that I'm supposed to be able to line up all your recordings and turn it into one big virtual performance. So make sure that you have a headphone in listening to the track on one device and you record your video on another. Preferably use your phone. Preferably, I think, use your phone to do the video recording. Like if you have access to a cellular device, I think that's probably going to be the move. Just because you'll get a higher quality recording. Straight up. The video, like, I don't know about y'all, but photo booth on my MacBook is not super quality. It's a little busted looking sometimes. So, with that in mind, if you have access to a phone, use the phone to record the video. Cool. If you have any questions or concerns about like logistics and like technology stuff, just let me know. You'll have typed up step-by-step instructions as well. So if this like explanation isn't working for you, it'll be written down as well. The other thing is don't forget to record horizontally. That means your video should be wider than it is tall. Chunky video. Yeah. And you should be wearing all black. This sweater is green, but if it was black, I could wear this. It looks almost black, but it's green. Yeah, there you go. If you do not have a phonular device, borrow a phonular device from a parent for like 15 minutes. I don't know about y'all, but my parents and Adam's parents like to play Candy Crush still. So if I needed to, I would need to find a time when they are not playing Candy Crush in order to borrow their phones, because they're old. Adam's parents in particular are old. We did not do recordings yesterday. Thanks y'all for checking. I appreciate it. Just as a reminder though, we put in / Miss Thames puts in an assignment for a recording assignment every single day, and we might use it, we might not. So don't think that just because you saw a recording assignment in CTLS, it means we did one. If you were in class and I never went, record now, then like we didn't do one. Cool? Right? Like, what is it with parents and Candy Crush? Like, I played Candy Crush for a minute, but like, the parents are still on Candy Crush. No shame. Do what you gotta do. Anyway, okay, cool. So, I had a thought and it left my brain. It just went. It just left me. Okay, it's fine. If that is all the announcement stuff that I need to do, does anybody have any questions about the whole virtual choir performance thing? Put them in the chat, please. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Put any questions. Now the Kahoot music is stuck in my head. Rip.
Okay. Miss Skydama, do you remember earlier when you were like, it's not October yet?
Yeah.
Well, okay, so yesterday I was looking at my calendar, and I don't know if you care about this, but I thought it was funny. So I was looking at my calendar, and I was like, oh my gosh, we go back on the 5th, because I thought October was November, and I was like, we go back on the 5th. And then I was like, oh, we still have October to get through, so.
Dude, this year is forever long. I got excited for a moment because I thought we were going to come back to school on October 3rd. And then I was going to be like, it's October 3rd because that's the Mean Girls thing. I don't know if y'all have seen the movie Mean Girls, but like that's where my brain goes every time. It's fine. Gotcha. What the heck? Moms and phone games, y'all. Moms and phone games. Okay. I think that's it for announcements. Sweet. Okay, cool. Miss Thames is gonna do warm-ups with y'all real quick.
Mm-hmm. What's up? Good morning. Good morning, class. Hope everyone's awake. I'm not. It's fine. It's cool. All right, let's do some sighs. So, make sure you're all up and moving or sitting up tall. Breathing correctly. Hello, welcome, everyone. All right, and we're gonna sigh.
I love your overalls.
What?
I love your overalls.
Oh, thank you. Appreciate it. And higher. Ooh, and higher. Ooh. And one more, as high as you can go and as low as you can go. Ooh. Yeah, that one. All right. Let's do. I'm going to go down to start, okay? 1, 2, and. And down. And down. Oops, sorry. And down. And down. And down. And down. And down. And down. One more. We want to make sure when we're humming, we've got a tall vowel in the back of our throat still. You broke your toe, Michael? For real, for real? Did you really break it? My fiance broke her foot a few days ago. So it's broken. I had to get our kids up at 5 o'clock in the morning to go drive her to work at 6. That's good. Oh, you fell on this. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm glad you're okay. I'm glad you just broke your toe. You know, I broke my toe when I was in kindergarten. I broke my toe by dropping a plate on it. But the plate didn't break. That's the fun part. The plate was fine. It just broke my toe. It was fine. So now let's do back to the singing things. Zia. So we're gonna go Izia. And we're gonna go up, okay? 1, 2, and Zia. All right, if you're chatting, you're still not singing. Love you guys. Mean it. I don't want to have to mute the chat. Okay, let's try that again. 1, 2, and Zia and up. 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 Zia. And when you get into that little break, it's going to get real breathy, and don't worry about it because we're just warming up. My voice is super breathy all the time in the morning. So just let it go. Make sure you're using enough air. And I'd rather it be breathy than be strained, okay? Right here. 1, 2, and Z, and Z, and Z, and Z, Okay.
You can so much be a soprano when you want to be.
God, it takes a lot of effort and work, but it's fine. When you go to college for singing, you learn how to fake it till you make it and not hurt yourself. Okay, let's do some scales. Do mi do. Do I need to put up the thing for y'all? Let's see. Dun, 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 dun. Hey, Miss Skynema, how do I get to the thing? Do they need it? This.
It's on the bookmarks.
Oh, I see it. Chromatic scale.
Yeah.
I got it. Okay, got it. All right, thanks. Sorry. All right, screen share and go. Okay, so we're gonna go B major. Do, 1, 2, and do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, do. Hold on, let me. Okay, there we go. Ready, chromatic? Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Do, ti, te, la, le, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. Okay, let's go a little bit higher. Let's do E. Do. 1, 2, and do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do, ti, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, sol, fa, mi, re, do, ti, la, ti, do, do, do. Do, di, re, re, mi, fa, fi, sol, si, la, li, ti, do. Do, ti, te, la, li, sol, se, fa, mi, me, re, ra, do. All right. How's it going, guys? You good? Good, good, good. All right, who's Okay, bye. Do you have a sight reading thing pulled up yet? Where's it at? Where is it? Oh, it's there. Oh, that one.
It's all good.
Okay.
Yeah,
4?
yeah.
That
With the sharp one.
All right, all right, all right. I'm about to mute the chat, y'all. Hold on. I'm gonna do it. I'm muting the chat because they're what is that? No one. Okay. I'm muting the chat. They kept chatting. No, you're fine. Okay. All right. Can someone come off mute out loud and tell me what key we're in? We got 4 sharps.
I'm sorry.
Say that again.
I'm sorry. She said she's sorry.
Oh, okay. It's okay. You're fine. Not a big deal. I just don't want us to be distracted. I'll unmute the chat. What key are we
I
in?
can.
E major.
Thank you. Can somebody tell me what note letter name, not solfege, letter name we start on?
Do.
No, letter name first.
E
Oh.
sharp.
E sharp. No, E, just E natural. Yep. And then somebody already said solfege is do. Cool, cool. All right, so we're in E major. And we start on high do. It's a little high, but it's okay. Okay, so that's it. Everybody starts on. And then you guys start down here. Okay, unmute and practice.
Do, ti, do, Hey, can you play a triad?
Oh, we didn't sing the triad. Sorry, guys.
So fa mi.
Real quick, let's sing the triad. Sorry, guys. Do, 1, 2, and do, mi, do, so, do. And then the octave is do, do. Now do it. I'll give you a minute.
Do, ti, do, ti, do, ti, do, so, la, so, fa, mi, do, mi, re, mi, so,
The octave can do it. Can we sing an octave below?
Yeah, sure. If it's too high for you this morning, that's fine. An octave down is fine, as long as you're singing the right pitches. Stop it. Yeah. Okay. All right, cool. We're ready to go. Everybody mute. Let's sing the triad again. Hold on. Dun, 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 dun. All right, triad. Do, 1, 2, and do, mi, do, so, do, do. Okay, I'm gonna also sing it down the octave. Cool. Okay, and I'm gonna snap the eighth notes because we got some eighth note movement. Okay, so 1 and 2 and breathe. Do, ti, do, so. La, la, so, fa, mi, do, mi, re. Oh, sorry, that was my bad. Start on the rest, or start at where the forte sign is after the 2 rests. We are on re. 3 and re, fa, mi, so, so, mi, fa, so, do. All right. Ew, ew. There's a bug. Okay.
That's a wasp.
Oh no. Okay.
There's a wasp in the house. Oh, no, I'm scared.
Okay, there's a wasp in the house. All right, pop.
Quietly exit the building and burn the place down. That's what I would do.
Wasps are really hard to kill sometimes. if you don't kill
Yeah, I'm afraid you're gonna have to abandon the place.
Okay, well, we'll let you know.
Readable.
It wasn't my best work, so I'm
Wait
putting y'all up, but let me know how you did, okay? Miss Skydom is dealing with the wasp right now.
She's trying.
What is
It's Skydama, it's good that you could deal with it. I'd be out of the, if I was in the class right now, I'd be pathway out of the school.
I'd be curled up in the corner crying.
I'd have the decency to run.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna smack it with my shoe.
One does not simply run from the end.
Well, that one is me.
Miss Thames is killing it. Yeah!
We can do.
It's fine, it's dead.
It's dead now. It's done. The deed is done.
I squished it.
Spray it with Did you spray
Never
it
forget.
with detergent?
It
or
is
like
finished.
Cleaning spray?
Miss Thames did not scream at all. I was spraying it with multi-purpose cleaner.
Why?
That's how it works. You gotta spray it first.
It gets the job done.
It got the job has been done. It's dead. It's fine. Okay, we're fine.
You
Everything's
got
Is it clean?
Clean it before you kill it.
Is it a clean death?
I think so. It smells
Miss
like
Skydama,
yeah. What's up?
now that I can get my computer working, I'm gonna go join from there.
Okay, cool.
Peace.
That's totes fine. Okay, so now what we're going to do is we're going to continue working in Hallelujah. So go ahead and take that one out real quick. Here we go. I'm going to hit mute all to make sure nobody accidentally is on. Okay, cool. We are going to go on now starting at measure, we started the section around measure 30 already. So we're going to go back and review that measure 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35. Okay. So that's at the bottom of page 4, pick up to measure. Everybody starts on solfege mi. All right. Let me pull up my metronome. I'm gonna sing soprano for right now. Tenors, y'all have the melody. So I hope that's not too complicated for you. This is your 8th note. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, go. Me, 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 me. Off. Me, 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 me. So la, 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 so, so, fa, so, so. Pause for a second. I switched over to tenor because the tenors had that like pickup entrance, so I just wanted to make that a little bit clearer for y'all. I'll just stick to the soprano part this time. Tenors, don't forget y'all have an 8th note pickup entrance going into measure 34. Okay? Ready? And go. Me, do, re, mi, 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 mi. Mi, 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 mi. Fa, re, mi, fa, mi, re. Okay, cool. Huh?
No,
Yeah,
I tried.
be like that. Okay, cool. Altos, your turn. I'm gonna play the soprano part, and I'm gonna be singing the alto part out loud. All right, pick up to 30. Ready? And go. Mi, do, 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 do. Mi, do, 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 do. Do, ti, do, re, do, ti. Okay, cool. And again, if you have any questions at any point, just drop it in the chat. Tenors, we're gonna sing your melody down the octave now. I think maybe, I don't know if I can sing all that down the octave, but I'm gonna try my best. Tenors. I can't sing the starting pitch, but I got everything else. Okay, ready? And go. Mi, so, 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 la, la, la. Mi, so, 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 mi, Okay, basses, your turn finally. All right, pick up to measure 30, bottom of 4. Ready? And go. Mi, do, 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 la, la, la. Mi, do, 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 la, la, la. La, re, do, sol. And again, if you don't have that low sol there at the end, you can pop up to the high sol instead. You can do do, sol instead of do, since that's way down in the basement. Did anybody have any issues with that? Let me make sure the chat is, yeah, we're good. Cool, cool, cool. Does anybody have any issues with that section at all? Do you need me to repeat a voice part? What do you need from me? About 10 seconds to put that in the chat. Otherwise, we're going to start going ahead. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I just got to make sure, you know, it's just got to make sure. It's that thing where, like, I think this happens more with your, like, academic class teachers than anyone else. Like, you don't want to move on without making sure everybody knows the things, but unless y'all speak up, I won't know. So I'm assuming you're all perfect, right? You're all perfect? Cool, let's go.
It's Skydama. I just realized that we're almost finished with this piece.
Yeah, we're actually getting pretty close. Like, we're really close, which is really good. Okay, cool, cool, cool.
Wait, Miss Skydama, in the rehearsal tracks, there's tenor 1 and tenor 2.
So, yeah, so here's the deal about that. We initially, the tenor, okay, wait, like the real ones where the guy is singing?
Like the real ones that we're going to use to record.
Yeah, so basically what I'm going to have to do is edit those together a little bit because, you know, we've cut some notes out of the baritone section. Like there aren't really any like bass 1 splits and there's not any like real high tenor 1 stuff. So I'm going to have to kind of like chop and splice those recordings together, which is fine because a little bit more time before we have to use those tracks. The solfege ones though that are uploaded should be accurate.
Great, thanks.
No problem. Yeah, thank you for pointing that out. I would have forgotten to edit that otherwise. Okay, so going onward, pick up to measure 36. This is really similar to, you know, every other verse we've ever done on this. Oh, and then I have to tell you something about this song that I like realized yesterday or the day before. Anyway, okay. 36, everybody starts on mi solfege again. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna give you a minute. Write in your solfege at pick up to 36 through measure 39. Everybody starts on mi. At the downbeat of measure 36, the sopranos are on mi, altos are on do, tenors are on sol, and basses are on do, but down there. Cool. You have 1 minute to write in solfege.
Are tenors on mi up the octave?
No.
I'm looking in the wrong place then.
Yeah, it's at pick up to measure 36. Y'all just finished singing Told the Truth, I Didn't Come to Fool Ya, and then it goes, and even though.
Okay, yeah, I'm looking at the wrong spot. Okay.
Yeah, all good. Okay, so you have
But it says that the altos start on mi too because it's like the notes are okay, so it's like mi do.
That's, yes, like I said, the pickup for everybody is mi, and then on the downbeat of measure 36 is when altos split to do. 2 people just asked to go to the restroom in the chat. Both of you can go, yes. You have about 30 seconds left to write in as much solfege as you can on that little chunk. For those of you who missed it or are confused, we are on Hallelujah at pick up to measure 36, writing in solfege. That's weird because it's a.
Yes, it's the other one that I had. I had to practice that 70 times.
That one's tricky.
I took up a lot of time with
Oh no, it's literally fine. No, you're good. Okay, cool. So my alarm is going off or about to be. Here we go. So let's do this one part at a time, okay? Actually, I'm gonna give you a minute now to unmute and practice out loud the same way we have been for all of our sight reading stuff. No big deal. It just gives it a little bit of, everybody can hear and kind of like figure out what they're doing together. Me is everybody's starting pitch. You have like a minute to practice. Go. Me, me, me.
Mi, do, 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 re, re, mi, mi, fa, 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 mi, do, 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 fa, si, 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 so, fa, fa, si, mi, do, do,
Everybody else.
do, re, mi,
There's still trucks in it, so there's
la, la, ti, 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 so, fa,
Mi do 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 fa fa
This is the most
fa
complex
so
alto.
la 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 so fa 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 so si.
Cool. I was hearing some really good stuff during that practice time. Nice. Okay, so let's do this one part at a time. Actually, everybody try it right now, but we're just gonna be singing soprano and alto probs. Okay, so here's your metronome. I'll slow it down just a touch. That's the keyboard app. Try again, Megan. There we go. Wait, whoa, everything froze. Panic. Okay. Okay. Me is me is everybody's starting pitch. All right. Pick up to measure 36. Ready? And go. Me, 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 fa, fa, sol, sol, la, 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 do, re, re. Oh, sorry, we messed up that rhythm. That was my bad. Let's start that again. Pick up to measure 36. Me, everyone, ready, and go. Me, 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 fa, fa, sol, sol, la, 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 do, re, do, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do. There you go. Okay, cool. So now let's go through and review from the bottom up. Basses, me at pick up to 36. Everybody else keep trying to practice along, but we'll be focusing on the bass part for a second. Ready and go. Mi, do, 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 fa, fa, sol, sol, la, 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 sol, fa, 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 sol, 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 si, 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 la, la. There you go. Cool. Tenors, your turn. Mi, sol, sol, sol. All right, ready? And go. Mi, sol, 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 la, la, ti, ti, do, 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 re, re, do, mi, fa, mi, re, do, do. I'm up the octave because I will get vocally just like tanked if I try to sing the down. Cool, cool, cool. Okay, so if you got lost, we are at pick up to measure 36. The text here is and even though it all went wrong, if you're looking at that. Okay, altos, let's isolate you really quick. Me, ready, and go. Mi, do, 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 re, re, mi, 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 fa, 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 la, ti, 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 la, ti, 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 la, la. Oh, and then it goes on and stuff. We get out of this class at 9:30, yeah? Right?
Oh, yeah. I was
Cool.
thinking the old time. I was like 9, 10. Oh my God.
No, you're good. Okay, cool. And last one. Okay, yeah, because I started looking at the clock and I was like, how much time do I have to talk about things? Okay. Sopranos, last one.
At least we don't have to deal with Hoya block schedule.
Dog. Yeah, that's real. Like, if we had to deal with Hoya block schedule on like quarantine time, girl, please, absolutely not. That'd be like
Hoya block.
What would we even do in Hoya block?
I would
We
probably
just stare at each other because we don't talk. I mean, I talk because I'm me, but
I would probably straight up add another choir. I would make the Hoya block another choir class.
What's Hoya block?
We can talk more about that later. Shh, shh. Freshmen don't need to know yet. You're gonna be fine. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Shh. Okay, cool. There it is. All right, I'm gonna sing the soprano part. Everybody else try to follow along again. Pick up to 36. Ready? And go. Me, 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 fa, fa, sol, si, mi, la, la, mi, la, 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 do, re, do, mi, fa, ti, re, do, do. Yeah, Mav block and Hoya block are basically the same thing. Okay, cool. Does anybody have any issues with that new section? It's really similar to the old stuff. There's just a couple new pitch rhythm things. It straight up makes a lot more sense on text. A lot of the things we've been doing in this piece, since they change just slightly every time, just like a little bit, it'll make a lot more sense on text. So yeah, the fa thing, you really gotta flip to falsetto. Because if you're riding on that fa, like if we were just popping up to the fa and coming back down, I would be like, it's fine, tenors, chest it out, you'll be okay. But since this piece does pop up to the fa pretty consistently, just mi, fa. Do you hear the like tone change? It gets a little bit more, like a little bit breathier. You're allowed to kind of like relax on that pitch. And again, by the way, if you need help with like head voice stuff, or if you need help with chest voice stuff, or flipping into falsetto, sign up for a Wednesday lesson. I sent out remind messages to a bunch of people who are signed up for tomorrow, or who were signed up that I'm trying to get into my schedule tomorrow. So just check your reminds. Any hoozles. Okay. So with all of that in mind, what? My Roomba's stuck. Dang it. I just got a message saying that my Roomba was stuck. Anyway, it's fine. All that in mind, we're going to touch a little bit of text on this. Okay? Go all the way back to the beginning.
wait, does the choir room have a Roomba now?
No, my house has a Roomba.
Oh, okay. I was about to say you can't get a class pet when we're not there.
Oh, dog, if we had like a Roomba in here, it would die. It would take forever to like get everywhere. It's freaking huge in here. It's too big of a room. Oh, yeah. Anyway. Okay. Oh, sorry. I hit ask to unmute on somebody. That was my bad. Okay, any hoozles. Let's focus. Text at the beginning. Okay? Way back at the beginning. Let's just go for it and see what happens. If I have to mute the chat again, I'll yell. I'm looking at you. Okay, cool. Here we go. On text. Ooh. All right, at the beginning. Ready? And go. Does that make sense? It's just a bunch of hallelujah, like over and over the whole time.
We need to go over pitches before I can do that properly.
That's totally fine. Let's layer it in one part at a time really quick. Actually, let's do it on solfege once more, just as a refresher, and then we'll layer in, okay? Me. Ready? And go. Mi, si, sol, la, la. Do, si, si, si. Mi, sol, la, la. So if tenors were struggling on that one, because y'all have that one tricky little interval section there, at pick up to 3, y'all have do, sol, do, re, ti, sol. Beefy noise. Yeah, that one's fun.
Miss Fatima, is the piece really this slow?
Yes. I mean, it's a little bit faster, but this piece should not be fast. If you've heard the original song, you'll know it's not fast. Okay, so here we go. Let's try that again on text, layering it down from the top. I'm singing soprano first. Ready? And go. All right, and you'll notice that our vowels aren't like traditional hardcore choral ones on this because this is an arrangement of a pop song. We're gonna split kind of the difference between like a choral version and like a pop version. It won't be full belt, like we're not gonna pop off on those high choruses like full belted, but we're gonna find a middle zone where we can like respectfully be in both places, choral and pop. Yeah, cool. Altos, your turn. Ready? And go. All right, tenors, your turn. Ready? And go. Basses, you're up. Ready? And go. And if the low ya for the basses there is too low, again, you can do how to go like instead, pop up to the higher sol instead of the low one. One more time, let's try that on text, all parts. You want to do alto? Sure. Sweet. I'll play bass and tenor and sing soprano. Here we go. Ready? On text. There you go. That's the first chunk on words. That's going to repeat a whole bunch. You're going to hear her come back 1,000 times. Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, we're going to put away music for today, and we're going to switch over to Timeless Tuesday, which for Timeless Tuesday today, we were requested to do music from like the Wii music, the Mario Kart music, and all that kind of a business. However, It's kind of hard to just do a lesson on Wii music specifically, or just the music from Mario Kart. Honestly, I could do a whole lesson on the Mario Kart music, but it would look kind of like that motifs and media assignment from way back, right? Okay. So instead, we're going to learn just about Nintendo music in general and like how it kind of came to be, and kind of a little bit about writing music for video games. It's a pretty concise version, but that's what we're going to be talking about today. Sorry, Bryce, I didn't get deep into the theory on this one. Not a huge bit. Addie, ask about that later. Okay, so I didn't super get deep into the theory about it. I was mostly just talking about, well, you'll see. We'll get there. Okay, let me pull up the presentation. Here we go. I found a really dope PowerPoint layout.
Wait, can you use PowerPoint?
Yeah.
Go tell Miss Turner.
Oh, does she not?
Hey, I can use PowerPoint and I'm fine, so you should use PowerPoint.
Okay, that's weird. I'll ask. We'll see. Okay, here we go. All right, hold on. I have to move some stuff around on my screen so I can see my whole presentation. Okay, how Nintendo made video game music mainstream. Some fun facts about music from various Nintendo games and why it's so cool, and also how to write music for video games. So I know a lot of people who get like super into composition and are like, I'm gonna write music for a video game. I'm gonna work for a AAA studio and I'm going to write the background music for Halo or whatever, you know? So we'll talk a little bit about that at the end and how that works, but mostly the music from Nintendo is really, really dope. I don't know if y'all have actually paid attention to a lot of that. I know a few of you have, as your suggestions for waiting room music have suggested, but you'll get a little bit more of that now. Here we go. The origins. Okay, so in the 1980s, video game sales were plummeting. It was not going well. Japan and the US markets for games were like about to collapse. Everything was bad. The value of Nintendo stock was like low as heck in the 80s, right? Until the release of the NES, which was, you know, the old boy system. One of the most popular and critically acclaimed games of all time also came out of this, Super Mario Brothers. Everybody recognizes this theme. The game blew up and the theme song Overworld became one of the most well-known video game songs in history. So I'm gonna play a little snip of it now. Okay, but it goes on and on and on, and it's honestly so good. Like, it's such a catchy song, for real, for real, for real. It's real hard to sing because it's got a bunch of leaps in it, but it's really good. Okay, so, and the composer of this theme in particular, and of the music for Super Mario Brothers, is Koji Kondo. He wanted all the music in this game to be a fundamental part of the experience. Playing the game should not be the same without this music. So if we were to go in and watch a video of somebody playing through like a Super Mario Brothers level, if without the music in the background, it's like, it's just a dude jumping. It's just a dude jumping, right? It's not nearly as like fun. You just lose so much of the fun from it without this song and without the rest of the song from this theme, from the soundtrack. Okay, so if you already know where this music is from, hush, okay? Don't, because I know a lot of you are gonna be like, oh my God, this is this. Shh, don't say anything. We're gonna describe some of the characteristics of this music first. So once I start playing it, go ahead and start putting in the chat things about the tempo, things about the tonality. When I say tonality, I mean, is it in major or minor? Can you hear the time signature? Like if you were to group the beats up, do you think this is in 4/4, 3/4? What do you think? What's like the instrumentation sound like? So what instruments are you hearing, or what lack of instruments are you hearing? Tempo, tonality, time signature, instrumentation. What we got going on? What's the tempo? What's going on with the tempo? Is it fast? Is it slow? What's happening? Oh God, y'all getting feisty over the time signature. Okay. So I'm gonna pause for a second because I'm seeing a lot of, I'm gonna take y'all out of the presentation as well. So that, watch me for a second, okay? So I'm gonna play the music. Okay, oh no. Oh, because I took it out of presentation mode. Hold on. All right, we're gonna try some things. So I'm seeing in the chat that people are like, it's definitely in 6/8. And some people are like, it's definitely in 3/4 because it's a waltz. Meh. Okay, so I hear you. I don't have the sheet music in front of me, so I can't. Siri thought I was talking to her. Anyway, so 2/4 is not correct. However, 3/4 or 6/8, we have arguments for both of those, right? Okay, so for those of you who are having a hard time like just hearing that off the top of your head, I'm gonna play it, and I want you to try doing this for me. Conduct, see what happens. So your options are 3/4, shh, Joshua, shush. Your options are 3/4, down, out, up, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, or 6/8, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so try, see how you do it. See how it goes once it plays. Okay, here's 3/4. Okay, here's 6/8. Okay, so I'm gonna pause. Which of those looked easier when I was conducting it? Did the first one look easier or the second one? 3/4 or 6/8? I'm sorry, Connor. Okay, yeah, so let me back it up really quick. 3/4 and 6/8 work similarly a lot of the time, not always though. 6/8 is specifically 2 groups of 3 is how you're gonna conduct it, right? So, or, I know if you're confused, don't worry, hang on tight, we'll get there. This is gonna come later with one of the theory games. And then 3/4 is just 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, right? And 3/4 is traditionally what we would consider to be a waltz. So if you're like dancing a waltz, it's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You can't see my feet, but they're just a going. But yeah, so in the case of this song in particular, I would say even if the music is in 3/4, if you conduct it in 3/4, you a crazy person, because my arm was already tired. I was already tired from going that fast. That sucked. That hurt my arm. It hurted. However, 6/8, ding, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-ding, ding, ding. Like you can still think of it as being in 3/4. It's just easier to conduct in 6/8. But either way, it's in groups of 3s. How does that like group of 3 kind of feel? Like what? Not a musical characteristic. But
Cinderella.
It's like the dancing scene in Cinderella. It's very
Yeah.
like.
All waltzes are Cinderella. You can't change my mind.
And it's very light and kind of fun and nothing too crazy intense. Feels very light and airy. Yeah. Okay, so tonality, I saw a couple people try to say that this was in minor. I want you to listen again. Does this sound happy or sad?
That's definitely in a major key, but I don't know which one.
It's C major with some parts of G major and F major. Wait, no, not F major.
This song is in
D
F
major.
is in a major.
It's definitely in a major key for sure. It's there's a couple little chromatic, little spicy pitches in there, but in general, we're in a major key.
It's mostly C major.
Cool. Dope. We got the time signature. Tempo-wise, is this fast or slow? Would you kind of categorize it in one of those two places? I would say
Fast-ish.
Consider how you had to conduct in 3/4.
it hurted. And then we won't really get too much into instrumentation because does that sound like any instruments you know off the top of your head?
It's 8-bit.
Is
That's
it
just
Technology.
Chip.
It is chippity boys. Yeah. So, and we'll talk slightly about that right at the end. But basically, the video games from this time period, from the 80s, didn't have like a lot of space. Like, there's not a lot of storage space to put like all these like deeply intricate tracks and things. Like, that takes up too much space. Whereas we're like, yeah, gigabytes, terabytes, cool, love that. At the time, that's not how storage worked for video games. So there wasn't enough space. So you had little basic 8-bit, very like minimal robotic computery technology kind of soundy music.
Miss Fatima,
Yes.
when you were a kid, did you use floppy disk?
Sometimes. Not important. Let's talk about what's on the screen. Cool. So how do the characteristics of this make you feel though? Chat, in the chat box, preferably. We discussed the tonality as being very major. We discussed the tempo as being kind of upbeat. We're in 3, 4, or 6, 8, depending on how you're feeling. It's happy, it's relaxed, it's bouncy, it's Cinderella-y, it's kind of dreamy. I definitely like the dreamy and the dancey kind of aspects to it. For people who don't know, best guess, what kind of level do you think this is? Like, what setting in this game is happening? Like,
Is it in the sky? This feels like
it's the water, right?
Yeah, it's the water level. So those of you who are like, it sounds airy, but well, if so, like,
it sounds floaty, so I get that.
Exactly.
Floating in the sky, floating in the water.
Exactly. It feels like you're kind of like floating and just bopping around. This is the water level from Super Mario Bros. Okay, cool. We're gonna listen to one more. So if you already know what's going on, let somebody else guess what's happening here. Give me some characteristics. Tempo, tonality, time signature-ish, instrumentation. Okay. That's fine. If you've never played this game, that's totally fine. I haven't actually either. Give me characteristics about this music. Tempo, tonality, time signature, instrumentation. Okay, so I'll pause it for a second. Yeah, so the tempo is consistent, sort of, but it's really hard to tell what the time signature is. So I'm going to kind of count my way through it a little bit. Yeah, it's like really hard.
Is it 2-2? I think it's 2-2.
2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, kind of. But even still, it's got a bunch of like pauses and things like that. So what is that like lack of consistent tempo and like time signature? How does that make you feel?
Whenever there's like a bunch of changes in time signatures, it's uncertain.
It's super unsteady.
It takes
like, what the heck?
Comfortable thing about music, which is that it is out loud math, and makes it uncomfortable and not comforting.
Yeah, exactly. No, I fully agree. And I would say the tonality is definitely somewhere in kind of a major minor crossover moment, but it lives in minor a lot. Like, we get a lot of minor things. It has the same vibes as the Me music without spaces. Yeah, that feels right. So again, we've already kind of talked about this a little bit, but the characteristics are very unstable, unsteady, and unfortunately, the video kind of already gives it away. This is the underworld theme. So this is the level where you are like underground and everything's kind of weird, just a touch. So yeah, level 2, he says. Yes, good. Okay, cool. So the the really big important things about all the Nintendo music are that there's like two main factors about it. There's like the nostalgia factor about all this music, just because a lot of these games aren't necessarily new. And then there's also the innovation factor for like a lot of like creating new things and that kind of stuff. So nostalgia. There's a specific way that Koji Kondo and the other composers write that really evokes emotion when you're playing their games. The goal is to draw you into the story, whether you're playing Smash or Breath of the Wild. Like, as an example, music from the Zelda games often bring back the ocarina instrument, the little like hoo instrument, and like folksy vibes. It feels a lot more like old and like it has like an age to it that even though these games aren't necessarily old, they're not as old as they sound. They have this like old world kind of energy. So let me, for example, Breath of the Wild music. Stuff's beautiful. Here we go. Like, check it out. All of them are like relaxing Zelda, relaxing Breath of the Wild, relaxing Zelda. Here's the whole soundtrack. It's like beautiful and like cinematography, like cinematic vibes. It's beautiful. The game is also beautiful, but the music is friggin' gorgeous. And see that wind instrument vibe there gives it just such it's just so good. It's so good. Like, that's really all I can say about it. There's like, when you're listening to that music, it feels like it's pulling you back to like an older time. But at the same time, Nintendo is really known for video game music innovation. So I'm going to kind of tear through this. Nintendo was among the first companies to use 8-bit and 16-bit music, which is that very electronic style that we were just talking about. Not only that, but they didn't just write cute tunes like the Mario stuff. Games like Metroid had really spooky music that's supposed to show you you're in this like isolated remote world. Check this out. Spooky. Like, it sounds like everything is like empty and like broken. It's like crazy. It's very cool. But yeah, okay. Other companies just weren't.
That's like a static radio. Did you hear the static radio?
In the background, it's really cool. Other companies just weren't setting the scene with music the way Nintendo has, and they were like way ahead of their time for that. So, which came first, the music or the games? Speaking of innovation, before Nintendo ever made a video game, they created the eleconga, the electronic bongo drum from 1970. Check this out. Look at this little boy. Oh my God, look at that little drum. Hold on, it's gonna go beat for it. It's like Guitar Hero, but drum. Even before that, they were originally a company that produced playing cards in the late 1800s. They like struggled really hard when they were doing that. Okay, want to compose for games? It's not quite that simple. A video game composer writes evocative musical scores to video games, including individual themes for each main character. To do this, he or she will watch the game to see what's happening on screen and create music that brings up the appropriate emotions to match what's happening in the game. You don't necessarily need a music composition degree to do this, but you do need a good in-depth understanding of traditional music scoring techniques like orchestration and utilizing notation and recording software. Oftentimes, you don't just write the music, you also work in the following areas: sound design, audio mixing and engineering, recording and working with session musicians, and voice acting. The biggest thing expressed by current video game composers is to keep learning new stuff. You don't just get to kind of like stop and be static, right? So you do have one short assignment for this. Check out the website beatbox.co, not beatbox, but beepbox. This is in your assignments under CTLS. Mess with the settings until you get something you like. I'm going to pull this up and kind of show you how it works in a second, but you'll use the instructions on this slide and in your assignment in CTLS to create a little short tune, and you upload your file and kind of tell me what you think, like what video game level vibes are you creating? Let me show you. Beepbox.co. So I could just randomly click. change a bunch of the instruments. I'll pause for a second. Stop. There you go. Okay, so when you want to share this file, you hit File and you hit Export Song. You can name it whatever you want, and you just export it as a WAV file. It'll save to your computer, and then you upload that little file and tell me what kind of video game level you're making out of that music. Does that make sense? So it gives you an opportunity to kind of like set a scene if you want to. But yeah, and you can make it as intense or as easy as you want. I literally just randomly clicked some buttons. You can change the tempo in there. You can change the key signature. You can do whatever you want. But it's due by Friday. You have all the way until Friday to get it turned in. But it shouldn't take you too long. If you want it to be easy, it can be. Just go click some stuff and tell me about the video game level that you just made a music for. Or you can go in and put like a bunch of different instruments and keys and things like that in there as well. So yeah, that's that. If you have any questions, send me a remind message or email. I'm going to have to end the lesson right now so I can go start second period. But I will see you on Thursday. Have a wonderful Wednesday. Have a wonderful rest of Tuesday. Goodbye.
See you Thursday, Miss Kadama.
Yeah.